Hey guys, Steven here back with another video, and today I'm going to show you how to use the Smart Portrait feature. They just announced this feature at Adobe Max, their annual conference, along with some other features. If you guys want to check out videos on the other features, make sure to stay subscribed to my channel as I'm making more in the future. Recently, they've been adding a lot of features to Adobe programs with their AI technology called Adobe Sensei. I've seen it with scene detection in Premiere Pro. I've seen it with auto reframing on Adobe Rush, along with some features on Photoshop as well. If you guys enjoy this video, make sure to hit the thumbs up button. And with that being said, let's get straight into it. So right here, I got two images. I got Mona Lisa and I got Steve Jobs. I wanted to just use two iconic images. I also chose these two images because one person's older, one's younger, one's a female, one's a male. One's colored, one isn't colored. And also Steve Jobs here has like his finger on his chin. I want to see how that affects the use of this feature. The first thing you want to do is actually update your Photoshop. So I'm on the 2021 version. If you're on 2020, 2019, 2018, it won't be available on those versions. So make sure you update it. You want to go to filter, neural filters. So right away you can see they already selected like a focus area, which is super cool. You want to go to the beta filters. So this feature is in beta, meaning it's just getting started. So I actually expect this feature to get way better along with the other features. So the first thing you want to do is just check it. I will say with this feature in particular, you will need a somewhat good computer, or it might take a long time for you to see changes with the portrait. I have a decent laptop and I'm still seeing a little bit of lag. So just take that in mind. So if you see an overview here, you can change the expression so you can make him smile or have different emotions. You can see the facial age. So basically when it's younger, the skin is smoother, less wrinkly. As you increase it, obviously you look a lot older. I'm not sure what gaze does in particular. Hair thickness, you'll just see a lot more hair. And it's actually kind of cool how it looks like because it looks sort of realistic. You can also change the head direction, which I think is quite cool, as well as the light direction. So with an image like this, it might look cool to change the light direction because there's shadows over his face. As for the mask settings, basically you can change the placement if it's a little bit off. You can move all the adjustments slightly to the left, slightly to the right, that sort of thing. And as for feathering, because we're adding like hair and we're changing the skin and stuff like that, increasing the feather will basically just combat any mistakes they make. Obviously it's not perfect. Basically feathering will blend in the original image with the adjusted image. So I would keep it at 20. I think 20 is pretty good. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do is happiness. Happiness is the only one where it really adds something to the photo. So you'll actually see his teeth. Even though he doesn't have teeth in this, they'll add teeth somehow. I don't know where they're getting these teeth from, but it's quite cool to see. With surprise and anger, what it does is it actually just adjusts his facial expressions more, like his eyebrows and his mouth, but it doesn't add teeth or anything. So we check happiness and we increase it. You can see now he has teeth, which is sort of weird because let's just say we, had a person who notoriously has like a tooth gap or like they don't have teeth or like they're old. It would be kind of weird to see them with teeth like this. I don't know if they use like a stock image for these teeth or if it's just unique to like the face shape, but it's quite cool. And if you decrease the happiness, you'll just see him frown. I'm also going to do surprise. And you can see his mouth slightly opens. Definitely looks surprised. He looks more like confused than anything because his hand's on his chin. So yeah. And then anger. So with these expressions, you can see there's a clear change in his mouth. And I don't know where these teeth are coming from, but you can see if I uncheck it, big difference. So you can see his beard actually gets smoothed out a little bit. And you can attribute some of that to feathering. Throughout these features, you might see his face become smoother. That's just because there's no way you can retain unique details or like how his skin looks like perfectly. So they smooth it out to remove the amount of air that's going to occur. So it won't actually look that bad and fake. So they smoothen stuff out. Now with facial age, you'll see his hair get thinner, which I don't know it's possible. He might just go bald, or you can see him with more hair. And you'll also just see the skin smoothen out and all that sort of stuff. So I'm going to go all the way back and I'm going to make him younger. So you can see the face becomes smoother, a lot smoother. You can see the hair comes in a little bit, but you can also see towards his chin because his hand is on his chin. It doesn't do a perfect job. Obviously that's because of the image, but honestly, this is better than I could do manually. And you can actually make manual changes after and use this maybe as a base starting point. I'm also gonna add hair thickness to this. So you can see what happened here is I think the hair that they added was not in the correct proximity. Like maybe it over, like I think it might have went over the mask. Or what might have happened is the image stopped at this point right here. You can see where it fades out. And they added hair on top of it and try to fade out the top of the hair. So if I uncheck hair thickness, I'm assuming the image ends right here. So I'm not going to do that because it messed it up a little bit. You can also see there's some sort of error right here, but honestly, you can sort of fix that yourself. I'm going to go with gaze because I don't know what gaze is. So I adjusted gaze. I think it has to do with his eyes. So I unchecked it right here, but I'm going to check it again so you guys can see the difference. I don't even think it's looking up more. I think it's a little bit softer and a little bit more shiny. So I think this looks quite good actually. And head direction is actually cool how they do this, but I know it's going to be messed up just because his finger is there. But it's already messed up, so I'm just going to show you guys how it looks like. So right here, he moves his head all the way there. You can see the ears look like they're in the correct placement, which is quite impressive. But you can see once again, it's just his hand. You can also see his lips are sort of messed up now. So obviously this is hit or miss. I think it might be better with certain types of images where it's just the face. So I definitely would steer away from this unless you have to. I wouldn't even see a situation where you would, actually use this. The reason why head direction is hard is because they sort of have to guess what the side of his face is going to look like, or like his ear is going to look like. With facial age, with hair, with gaze, with facial expressions, all they're doing is really placing, an image on top of it or adding another layer. So with hair, they would just add like patches of hair. But with head direction, they have to do a lot more guessing. So that's when the AI part comes in, and we're definitely going to see more improvements in that area. So light direction now, you can see the shadows on the right side of his face, and then it just changes. That's a dramatically different picture just off that. So this is like more like the original image. I guess what it does is it adds a shadow to either side of the face, but because this side of the face was already dark, it doesn't really do much. For placement, it's just literally shifting the mask. So if the hair is slightly messed up like here, we could just move the hair slightly up. If I increase feathering, there's going to be a dramatic difference. You can see it's softer. You can see it blends in a little bit too much. That's why it's transparent. And here, there's no feathering at all, which I actually like much better. And with experimental, I'll just keep it the same. You actually want to keep it higher so that it looks more realistic. I think the more you decrease it, the less realistic it looks like. But overall, you guys can see what that does. It actually is quite impressive how they're able to do this. So everything's smoothing out. He added hair over here. His beard looks better. His eyes changed. It's just overall smoother. Now we're going to work with Mona Lisa, and I'm not going to really go through each effect again. I'm just going to show you guys how it looked like. And once again, I chose these two images just because they're very popular. So we turned Steve Jobs younger. What we're going to do with Mona Lisa is we're going to turn her older. Go to Neuro Filters. And I'm just going to adjust all the settings at once so you guys can see the final results. You can see how the hair, as you increase the hair, it gets smoother because it is fake in a way. So for images like this, where the quality is already low, I don't see any use in using feathering because you actually can't even see any like mistakes that are made because it's so grainy anyway. So I'm going to uncheck feathering. But you can see in this instance, it's what I explained before. They smoothen the image a little bit too much to the point where it sort of overlaps with each other. I'm assuming the hair sort of made everything look blurry like this. So just before and after, you can see what that does. You can also see the top. It's a little bit cut off. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully it helped you out. I think it's an amazing feature, and I'm actually looking forward to more Adobe Sensei integration with Adobe applications. I think AI is the future, and I'm definitely looking forward to what Adobe has in store. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the thumbs up button. My name is Steven, and I'll see you in the next one.